My name is Maryanne Gamble. I'm a family physician and I'm also a Girl Scout and a Boy Scout troop leader. I led my daughter's troop 1482 for 12 years. And I've been an assistant scoutmaster for my son's Boy Scout Troop 125 for 11 years now.
No, we did that at Enchanted.
I picked up my daughter's Girl Scout troop when they were in 2nd grade. I wanted to take the girls to become a fully outdoor troop, and the girls were on board for it. So at the height of the troop, I had 18 girls. And we backpacked, whitewater raft, kayaked. I took them all over the country. Every kind of adventure we could come up with, rock climbing, zip lining, we did it all. I grew up outside. My father was a fisherman and a hunter. Everywhere we went, we tried every park, camped everywhere, hiked every trail. When I was 17, I taught wilderness survival at a Boy Scout camp, which was my first real scouting experience. I've always been a hiker and a camper for as long as I can remember. So when I got my Girl Scout troop, it was like the one thing I really knew that I could give them was a gift of the love of the outdoors. I talked to one of my girls who's in college now and was like, what do you think was our biggest adventure? She was like, I think it was New Mexico. And that was the trip we did to celebrate them graduating elementary school. So you can imagine taking 18 girls from Texas to New Mexico when they were all 10 and backpacking up a mountain. We went into the Gila National Forest and backpacked up the mountain to above 10,000 feet. And the girls were still so small. We had to weigh them on scales before we went to make sure they didn't carry more than 20% of their body weight. And it was 10,000 feet. We crested over top before we got to where we were camping. I think we stopped every 40 feet because we couldn't breathe and our hearts were pounding. It was just like this epic adventure. It was brutal, but they totally did it. And we had an amazing time. And we really pushed our limit and realized there was no limit, and it just set the ground for everything we did after that. I had been really annoyed by the lack of quality gear for girls when we started backpacking, but that trip really just drove home how frustrating it was to not have stuff that fit younger girls. We mostly had to wear boy stuff, so the dimensions weren't right, and we're doing this grueling trip, which would be hard for anyone. But we were doing it with pants that were falling down, backpacks that didn't fit very well because you're buying them for a kid, so you don't want to spend a ton of money, but there's also just not much selection. So it was really often that I would be frustrated by that. And so the seed started, I think, there. I just think as a parent, anything you can do to encourage that time outdoors is so valuable. My goal is to have a pair of pants that fits your kid right, that's not overly expensive, that will last a long time. So we took what we learned through years of backpacking and we created a pair of pants that could actually survive on the trail. We worked with the design team at Stitch, Texas, and we got to map out every detail of the pants we wanted to create. We chose a high-tech nylon knit that's durable but still feels really soft like cotton. The fabric is also really lightweight. It's windproof and water resistant, and it wicks moisture, which is really important to stay dry so that you can avoid getting blisters and rashes and the dreaded monkey butt. We also made the pockets big enough to hold your phone, your knife, your snacks, your cold hands, whatever you want to put in there. There's also a reflective tape down the side of both pant legs that you can use as a signal in emergencies or to be able to locate your kid in the woods. Now you have a special opportunity to help us make these pants a reality. Your pledge will help us take the pants to production. In the process, you will actually be among the first to own a pair for yourself or your daughter. To show our appreciation, we'll give you a special founding supporter discount and access to some other cool products we have in the works. Help us spread the word. Follow us for updates, and please share this video with your friends and family, or your Girl Scout troop. Together, we can prepare girls for quality outdoor experiences. With your help, we can make it possible for them to grow outside.